The date is November 15th, 2005, and a world-shattering event is about to occur. Billions, even thousands of gamers are eagerly awaiting the release of the newest entry in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. What they were met with, however, changed the entire gaming landscape as we knew it.
Shadow the Hedgehog. What a game. It's practically legendary among Sonic fans. It came out in that awkward time just after Sonic Heroes and just a little bit after Sonic Adventure 2, and it was followed by, well, you know the drill. So let's talk about it.
The game wasn't good. Utilizing the Sonic Heroes engine, the controls were a slippery mess, the levels were tedious, and the structure of the game meant you had to replay levels to unlock new ones. And this meant you had to play the first level at least 10 times in order to get the true ending. On top of that, there was the bizarre choice of giving Shadow a gun and have him ride a motorbike and be super edgy. I think critics and audiences were pretty much in agreement when it came to this game.
Was there anything good about it? Well, the story was definitely edgy and quite melodramatic. But, on top of that, it was unashamedly cheesy. And we are talking the type of cheese from movies B and below. That B better stand for Brie, because it's so cheesy. B stands for boy, can I have some more cheese? Hey Nick, what does the B stand for in B movie? B stands for brilliant, more cheese for me. But you're thinking, okay, what kind of B movie style cheese are we talking about here? Well, aliens, brooding antihero, knock knock, who's there? I don't know, I've got amnesia. Literal child Minecraft. Rest in peace. That damn fourth Chaos Emerald.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
So because of that, I've always had a soft spot for this game. I used to love it when I was a kid, and even now, I really like Shadow as a character. I think he's just a little guy who's misunderstood and angry about everything. Who can't relate to that?
So here we are, almost 20 years after the release of that whole mess. 2024. Or what Sega dubbed the Year of Shadow. It seems like it was finally time for Sonic Team to shine some sort of spotlight on this old hot topic, hot sauce And shine a spotlight. They did.
Shadow Generations is so goddamn good that it makes me want to dust off my old edgy t-shirt that I still have from when I was a teenager and put it on for the rest of the video. In fact, I'm going to do that, so. I've had this t-shirt since I was 16. Thanks, Grandma. I think Shadow would be proud of me.
It operates a little similarly to Sonic Generations in the sense that there is a hub world, a 3D one this time, that you navigate and access levels from Shadow's past adventures. Right off the bat, the way Shadow controls is just He's fast, he's snappy, he's extremely responsive with lots of cool moves in his arsenal. He can double jump, shoot chaos spears, and his homing attack is a blink teleport which the game often encourages you to pass through various barriers. It's the coolest.
I'm the coolest.
That brings me to this game's level design. Oh my god, it's insane. Every single level is a banger. Every single one of them is cooked to perfection. Beautiful, filet mignon, fantastic. Gordon Ramsay would say, whoa. That's what he would say.
Each level consists of 2 acts, one 3D and one 2D, but unlike Sonic Generations, where the 2D stages were alright, but I'm really here for the 3D side of things, here, All of the stages are amazing, and every stage utilizes Shadow's full movement options in clever ways. These new movement options include the Doom powers, which are unlocked as you progress through the game. You get edgy wings, edgy JoJo reference, edgy Plessy, and of course, edgy Splatoon. These powers make traversal through the stages exciting, and I've already seen people utilize them in clever ways in speedrunning levels. Plus, there's just something so cool about Shadow with wings. I mean, come on. Yes, I am 12. Thank you. One of the other new powers you have is Chaos Control, which slows down time to a crawl. Even in the very first level, look how it's utilized. Here we have a pathway. We can go down like a normal person, or if you're a big gamer, you can use Chaos Control to stop the missiles in their tracks to create a bridge. Shadow running on missiles, huh? Reminds me of something. Feels like the soundtrack should be more like...
But no, it shouldn't, because this soundtrack's insanely good. Each level has brand new arrangements of the respective themes, with some really unique musical choices, in some cases pretty unexpected. And I know. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion.
But if you don't like Chaos Island, we can't be friends.
I don't make the rules. Shadow does.
Now, when it comes to the visuals, ever since the jump to 3D, I feel like there has been a struggle to make these characters look natural. Many people have said that 3D Sonic characters look like people in big, bulky mascot suits. And yeah, sometimes it definitely feels that way. That being said, I personally believe that this is the best that Sonic characters have looked and moved on screen in a 3D Sonic game. Everything just looks right. The character models, the character animations. In fact, there are so many good dynamic cutscenes, and characters are able to convey wild movements and facial expressions without looking like they're just a guy in a mascot costume. It's so great. Also, Maria finally has an art style. Like, she looks good. Amazing. That is, of course, not even mentioning the environmental design. Every stage oozes personality, and with the Doom Eye coming in and messing the places up with kaleidoscope effects during most levels, oh my god, it's just eye candy. My jaw was on the floor every single time Doom Eye showed up in these levels. It's really something to behold. Even the White Void overworld has a lot of personality. After beating each stage, the overworld gets populated by challenges and little environmental details as well. Overall, it's a really good looking and good sounding game.
Everything I've said in this video has just been set dressing though. This is a really good game, and you don't need me to tell you that. There are plenty of other YouTubers and reviewers who can vouch for this game's quality. I am here for one reason. And that reason is cheese. By the way, this is the part of the video where the topic comes full circle and your mind is completely blown. I'm acing this YouTube thing. For me, the thing that propels this game into peak cinema is the insane amount of cheese that it exudes. The story continues on from Shadow the Hedgehog. It doesn't shy away from all of the edginess and the melodrama of the original game. In fact, it's actually kind of a sequel to the original game.
We're dealing with Black Doom again, and key figures from Shadow's past show up to remind Shadow just how much is at stake. Returning characters like Gerald, Maria, and of course, Satan himself. Everybody's talking about how much rests on Shadow's shoulders and how the good inside of Shadow will always prevail. This is just pure B-movie cheese, and it's all drenched in that 2000 Sonic game attitude. Thematically, this game fits in perfectly with the old Shadow the Hedgehog game. It's basically a direct sequel. And I love it. But wait, I hear you say, where's Shadow's gun? You naive child. Shadow is the gun. What am I doing in my life? And of course, it's all over the game too. The cutscenes and the additional dialogues all focus on the deep, dark struggle that Shadow is facing and how much is at stake. The chosen, tormented anti-hero who has to bear a terrible burden and not fall into despair. Now, some people might disagree with me, but personally, I think Sonic stories are all about being over the top. Yes, they're silly, yes, they're crazy, and we can laugh about them, of course. But they're also sincere. And at the end of the day, my personal favorite moments of the games are always where the action is about to go down and the characters are allowed to be at their most expressive and they can just kick some ass! That willingness to embrace the cringy, sincere side of things can even be seen in those official animations that were put out by Sega before the game was released. The scene of Shadow having an anxiety attack, remembering Maria on a spacecraft heading towards the Ark, while a song straight from Ruby plays, is prime cheddar. It's just... Sometimes, looking at things at face value is the best way to connect with stories. And I sure as hell prefer stories to be cheesy and lack self-awareness than to constantly make comments about how stupid it is that they're doing anything that could possibly be considered cringe, i.e. literally anything nowadays. One of my absolutely favorite examples of this is when Maria explains to Shadow the origin of his name. Tell me, in all honesty, that this doesn't sound like something straight out of Kingdom Hearts. Which I love, by the way.
Do you know why I named you Shadow? Because without light, there's only darkness. But a shadow will show you where to find the light. Do you understand?
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
Who came up with this shit? And how can I give him a big fat kiss on the forehead?
What's going on with me?
I love this game. I hope that it's a bright sign for the future of the Sonic series and the Sonic stories as well. I hope that we are way past the type of writing that gave us things like Sonic Lost World. Now that Ian Flynn is in charge of writing, I have faith that he'll be able to create stories that allow the characters to be both expressive and emotional, but also, to quote Big the Cat, kick some ass. Hooray! And if you don't know much about Ian Flynn, I recommend checking out the most recent Sonic comics, as he wrote those as well. They're pretty great, and they make me feel quite hopeful for the future.
I'll leave you with the image that made me want to make this video. It's here, where Shadow finally says goodbye to Maria and skates off into the sunset.
Maria.
Wait.
That tear, that single tear, is what this is all about.
all I can say is, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So what did you think? Do you like Shadow Generations? Do you agree with me that Sonic games should be massive cheese fests with even bigger stakes? Or maybe you don't agree and you think that Sonic games should just be simple platformers like they used to be. Whatever you think, let me know what your perfect Sonic game would be down in the comments below. I'm sure we're gonna be civil about this. I can trust you guys, right? You're my friends. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please consider liking and subscribing. That kind of stuff really helps out small channels like mine. I'd really appreciate it. What am I gonna do now? Well, after all of the excitement that we just had, I think I'm just going to take it easy and listen to some Crush 40. Take care, everyone. Wait, what are you still doing here? Wait, don't look at this, I don't have a problem. Hey, get out of my house!
Stand in the light with peace in your heart.